Hi, I'm Jen Kelly, and today I'm here to make an American favorite, hummus. This is a traditional Mediterranean dish that has become so mainstream in American lifestyle. It's at every party, it's at every event, every picnic. People are taking it for lunch on a regular basis. It just seems to be a go-to meal, and with good reason, it's great for you. However, a lot of the packaged hummus that we find in the supermarket and especially in conventional stores has a lot of ingredients that really we don't need. And when hummus is so easy to make and you can control everything that's in it, then why not make it at home? And it actually winds up being more cost effective to do it this way. Buying hummus, as I'm sure you know, can add up. So we do it this way, we get exactly what we want, we know exactly what's in it, we can control everything, and then we can save a little money too. I like also being able to control the quality of every ingredient, so I know exactly what's going in as far as pesticides, chemicals, etc., etc. So I'm sure you know we're going to start with chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, also known as chichi beans, as my grandma used to say. And garbanzo beans are such a great versatile tool. They're super high in protein, but you can eat them as a snack, you can make things with them, you can toss them in a salad, you can toss them in greens dishes. They are just a wonderful bean, and they're one of the higher ones in protein, so we like to include them on a regular basis, and hummus is such a great way, especially if they are prepared properly. So if you're making garbanzo beans from dried beans, which is wonderful, you want to soak them for at least 24 hours, and that helps to release some of the acid and the enzyme inhibitors. And then you're going to cook them, and ideally you want to boil them and cook them with a piece of seaweed that helps to aid in digestibility and then of course enhances the flavor. Too often when you find beans in a can, they have a very high sodium content. And the reason for that is they're cooked and then flavored with salt. Probably iodized salt, probably refined mainstream salt. When you purchase Eden brand, you'll notice that the only ingredients on the label are the beans, water, and seaweed. And because of that, because they're cooked properly and prepared properly, not only are they going to be more digestible, but the sodium content for 1/2 cup, 30 milligrams, 30. That's unbelievable for a canned food. Eden brand is also one of the only two that I know of that use a BPA-free lining, so most cans have that BPA and other detrimental chemicals in the lining, and so if I am going to buy a can, this is the brand that I use. So we have our 2 cups of garbanzo beans. We're going to also add 1/2 cup of water. Now if you're using cooked beans, then use the cooked water. Then we're going to use the staple ingredient for hummus, which is tahini. Tahini is really just sesame seed paste. It looks kind of like peanut butter and has that consistency, but it's really just sesame seed paste. So the ingredients should just be sesame seeds in your sesame seed paste, which is tahini. And this is it used to be hard to find. It used to be sort of a health food store ingredient, but now I'm seeing it all over in the mainstream supermarkets and definitely easily online if you do online shopping, as I do a lot of. So the sesame seed paste, we're doing 3 tablespoons, and this is what gives hummus its hummus flavor and the creaminess and richness that hummus gets. Then we're going to do 1 whole lemon, juiced. And if you've seen me cook before, you know this is one of my absolute favorite kitchen tools. And you can find it in the online shop as well. Actually, there's a better one, a stainless steel one in the online shop. And this one, if you'll notice, by squeezing it this way, you just get so much out of the lemon, so much juice out of it, much more than I could ever get with my hands. So I love the squeezer, absolutely. Okay, next we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, try to find a good high quality virgin olive oil or extra virgin for this. because we're not heating it, we're not cooking it at all, we really want the highest quality here. So we'll be able to take advantage of everything that the oil is giving us without having heated it at all. And what I'm reading lately is that the highest quality olive oil is actually coming from the United States, from the West Coast. So if you can find an organic California olive oil, that seems to be the highest quality anywhere, even better than Europe. So that's what I'm reading lately. I like to also put in my hummus just a pinch of red pepper flakes. This little kick, this little bit of heat, really seems to take the hummus up a notch and make it really special. You don't need a lot. If you have a hot sauce that you like, you know, try to find an organic one. If you have that, then feel free to use that, but I just like a little red pepper flakes in there. You could probably also use chili powder as well. Okay, and then we're going to do a ½ teaspoon of the Celtic sea salt, which, as you know also, this is my salt of choice for the mineral content, but also for the flavor. Then we're also going to put a ¼ teaspoon of the pepper. So many recipes, savory recipes, you'll notice it's exactly double the salt to the pepper. And that just seems to be a good ratio, even if you're experimenting in a recipe and you don't really know how much you should put. It's kind of good to start with double the salt to the pepper and then see if you need a little more of either one. Alright, and then the real flavor from the hummus is going to come from a ¼ teaspoon of cumin and a ¼ teaspoon of coriander. And this gives it that real sort of Mediterranean, kind of smoky, kind of creamy flavor here. That's the cumin and the coriander. That's it for our basic hummus. This is a basic hummus recipe, and I'll talk about what we can do to have some varieties on this in a sec, okay? So here we go. I like my hummus very creamy, so I really like to let it go. If you like it a little more rough consistency, then you can just pulse a little bit. You don't have to really let it go. And you can use a blender or a food processor. Either way works great with this. Okay, you can see this is a very creamy consistency. And what I like to do as I'm serving it is just garnish with some paprika and some parsley. And serve it like that. Beautiful, right? So then we can have some variations on this. So we can get really creative depending on what you like. Some of my favorite hummus variations to make are basil, especially in the summertime when you have this great abundance of basil in the garden. Artichoke, a jar of artichokes in water, artichoke hearts just in water, drain them and add that to this recipe. Blend it up, fantastic, delicious. Roasted red pepper is also a great addition. You can make a roasted red pepper hummus. Again, just drain them and then put them in the hummus. Blend on high. Roasted eggplant also works phenomenal in here. Gives it a great flavor. So what I would do is roast some eggplant cubes just with some oil and salt and pepper. Maybe coconut oil, salt and pepper. And when they're roasted and nice and soft, you can add them to the hummus, blend it up, get a nice eggplant hummus. Another great variation though is substituting black beans instead of the garbanzo beans and making a black bean hummus. So the black beans with the tahini actually is a very interesting combination, and then the smoky flavors from the cumin and the coriander. So it really is a interesting but really cool variation. So what I'm going to do today though, just to show you guys, is an olive hummus. I love Kalamata olives, and so you can chop them up small and then just mix them in if you like a chunky sort of version, but I'm actually going to toss the whole thing in and make an olive hummus from within, okay? Just mix it. This one doesn't look too different because the olives aren't so dark. I just used about a ½ cup. If you really love olives and you want to add more, maybe a cup or so, then you might get more of a purpley color there. You can see the difference. And again here I like to garnish with my paprika and a little parsley to make it lovely. And there we go. So that's hummus. Hopefully you will never buy hummus again. You can control your ingredients, you can control your quality, you can control your variations. Enjoy. I like to have my hummus with some Mary's Gone crackers. I don't know if you're familiar with those, but investigate. They're actually a wonderful cracker. The ingredients are all real food, all recognizable, and there aren't too many of them. That's my criteria for nutrition labels, so they fit in great. Or this hummus is fantastic with a sprouted grain pita. So what I have here is Ezekiel pitas, and so you can toast those up a little, cut them into wedges, and then enjoy your hummus that way. Hummus is also great mayonnaise substitute. So on your wraps, in your salads, things like that, in your dressings, try hummus where you would normally put mayo and see how it goes. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you next time in the Healthy Kitchen. We're learning not just how to cook, but why. See you next time.